I can't mention one specific experience, but
unless they've somehow caught my attention by
duty-free, I should say
if they're not enthusiastic
I think, to be honest, the worst experience I have shopping at an airport happens over and over again, and that's when I have to pass through a maze of different shops on my way to a gate. I like to kind of make my own ideas and have my own interaction with the shopping process rather than being forced like a rat through a maze.
Not necessarily a negative experience that I've had at an airport, but I don't necessarily like when you're the only one that's shopping in duty-free and the customer service people are really kind of hounding you with what you're looking for, what you need. Sometimes I'm just browsing and I just want to browse.
If the staff are uninterested, or if they don't, or if they're not enthusiastic about their products, or if they don't, want to sell me something, then it doesn't make me interested in buying it, and it just makes me want to go somewhere else in the airport, sit at my gate or go to a lounge instead, because the shopping experience just won't be fun. And another thing is when I'm looking for a specific product that I know should be in a duty-free store, but it's not there for some reason. And this can happen, for example, if they've just discontinued selling a product in airport duty-frees, or if it's not there for some reason. I just think that leads to disappointment, and it's not a great start to your trip or a good connection.
One bad experience I had was coming off a plane really tired and thinking that I would walk through a duty-free shop and be approached by a cosmetic lady who would freshen me up, and nobody paid any attention to me, which made me feel not only tired but old. So that was a bad experience.
So negative experiences have always been when I haven't been able to find something that I really desperately need, something that I've forgotten, a product that I know and love that I'm desperately trying to find, and then with a time panic because the flight or the gate is about to close, I'm just looking for that particular product, and if I can't find it, that's not good.
Sometimes the thing about shopping at the airport is that you really have to keep a note of the time. And there are some of these airports which are really I think they call them silent airports, where they don't do the announcements. So sometimes you're just busy looking at stuff, and then you look at the time and you're like, oh no, my flight is now and I have to run. So I've had to do that before. I've mistaken my seat number for the gate number, and I've had to run across the airport. And by the time I made it to my flight, but I was sweating so hard. But so sometimes I would say maybe it's just that it's distracting, but it's a good bad thing, right?
I think I actually haven't had any super bad experiences where I have been shopping in airport. Sometimes, because usually, for example, I'm living in London, and when I'm going to Europe and I'm using euros and I might have lots of coins, sometimes I try to go to some, stores and I try to use my coins. Especially in Helsinki, it's a little hard. People are not very happy to take the coins, and this is a small thing, but because I can't change the money anymore, like any coins, I can change only the notes. So that's something what I can remember. But overall, I actually didn't have any very bad experiences ever.
I did have a bad experience shopping in an airport. Once when, I can't remember which country I was in, but I think sometimes when the staff don't feel your sense of urgency, so you know that you really want to get into a shop and purchase something, but they're calling your gate number and and you're rushing to try and get to your gate, and they are just taking a long time to try and serve you or to try and find the product, and you're kind of torn between whether you actually want to purchase it, whether you've got time, or you might miss your flight. That's the only thing that kind of makes me a little bit nervous, and it's happened to me a couple of times before.
What I think might cause a negative impression about duty-free is when I have to go through this huge store of duty-free to reach my gate, and then when I cross the store, I understand that I actually could just go straight to my gate without spending, 10 minutes going through all the stores that they really wanted me to go to, and maybe I'm late to my flight. So this is something that I really don't like about duty-frees when they do that.